right, so we want to focus on the why and not the how. When you're reviewing code, focus on the reason behind the changes. This has a much better chance of success than pointing out the flaws without any reasoning. This is the hardest part of code reviews. It is by far the most difficult challenge when it comes to code reviews. So we want to consider the following 2 code reviews and the comments. Okay, so this is not a full review. It's just a comment. It's like a for instance. The first one is unhelpful and it's dismissive. All right, here we go. Let result session.user first element. Don't do this. Don't do it. Okay. It's dismissive. It's a little bit helpful, but it doesn't tell you how to do it better. It's not telling you how can it be better. The second suggests an alternative. Okay. So instead of saying don't do this, which is dismissive, you can provide an alternative. It links to the documentation and explains why the change could lead to problems down the road. Okay, here we go. Let's check out the second one. This is more helpful, all right? Instead of saying don't do this, it says this can panic if users is empty. If the users array in the session is empty, it'll panic, which is a problem because that means your code is not working. Consider using the .get method instead. So, because then you'll get a result, which then you can unwrap in Rust. So you could say, let result equals session.users.get the first element. You're doing the same thing as the first one, but now you're using ok.or no users in session. So this lets you protect the code execution path and have a default action. This gives you a better path to deal with errors in those situations. And so what's better between the two? Right? Why is it better? Not only did you provide the code change, but you explained why. And this is a much better review comment. There we go. I would say that's like the majority of what you need to know when you're doing PRs. Which one would you prefer to receive? I want the easy one because you see this here. There's also a button. It's not necessarily represented here that when you click it, it'll automatically merge that suggestion into the code base. So I like the easy button. That's why I like it.